Dropbear and Panda.
Welcome to
Dropbear and Panda
Save the World,
episode
34.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, all sorts of really cool shit happening this week.
We got a PlayStation VR.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Holy shit, is it ever?
We had said that we were going to get the Vive, right? But
Yep.
But I'm on Mac. The whole house is Mac based, and I don't think Vive plays on the Mac. And we would have had to buy this $2,000 PC computer.
Yeah.
In order to play the Vive.
See, it's funny because we're like, oh yeah, we can totally get the console, but then we forgot about the 80,000 billion other dollars we had to spend. So
yeah, so we're like, we need to do game reviews because that's part of what Dropbear and Panda do.
the funny thing is we play games very differently.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge gamer, as we've discussed before.
Yeah.
I was really good at SimCity, SimCity 2000, SimCity 3000, even played some Sim Ant, Sim Earth.
So
I swear to God, I played some other games, but really not.
That was kind of your thing, right?
Yeah, I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand.
Yeah, I like I like the flying stuff. I like the shooting and that sort of thing. But so we're decided we were going to add sort of game reviews because we had talked about Red Dead because we're really into that as well. But we were at the store the other day and we're just like, you know what, we're doing it. We're getting the PlayStation VR.
Actually, I'm going to do a little bit of a segue.
Oh, okay.
We had to get out of the house because we've been inside for most of the winter because this has been a horrible winter.
Minus 30.
And we hate the mall. We hate going to the shopping malls.
It's terrible.
Because it's just, there's people everywhere and there's terrible music everywhere and it's,
Yeah.
So what did we go to the mall for? Like we needed some headphones and that was about it. And then Dropbear's like, I'm just going to go to this one place. And I had no idea where we were going. We walk into this gaming place and he's just like, let's look at this VR machine. Let's buy it. Yeah. And that was basically what it was.
Well, because we already had the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Right. And then we talked with the guy there. I think it was EB Games is where we were at. Give them a plug because the guy there was awesome.
Oh, he was amazing. A huge surprise to me. We were in and out in 15 minutes.
Yeah. And we knew what we were doing. And it took a little bit to set up and figure out. I still haven't I don't quite understand the little dildo sticks that come with it.
The little butt plugs.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
We have some notes, and we're going to go through most of this podcast. I think is going to be about the VR games we've played and the system and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say like where this all came from because we've talked about getting VR for quite some time, but we sort of stumbled into it.
Yeah.
By accident.
Yeah.
A planned accident.
Yeah. Yeah, because I had a client that I did some work with called VRcade, which was the first time I got into VR, and then we went and played.
I almost peed myself the first time. It was so great and terrifying.
Crazy, because we were like shooting orcs in the face with arrows. And
first time I flied or flew, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, and we were talking about it ever since. And, we've got a room at the Kensington studio downstairs that's dedicated to that stuff. Mm-hmm. We just haven't been able to fill it. Anyway, fast forward to getting this thing, and it's not bad. I was a little worried that getting a console version wouldn't be as good, but I quite like it. And Beat Saber is freaking awesome.
So the console came with Beat Saber and Borderlands 2.
Right.
Both get super high reviews. We haven't played Borderlands 2 yet. I think Borderlands 2 is not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
We've looked at it.
It's like it's first-person shooter.
First-person shooter, not my thing. It's also looks a little too, like...
she's glitching right now.
For me. Yeah, a little too glitch spastic for me.
Yeah.
Looks great, though.
Yeah.
Like the style of it and everything, it looks fantastic.
Maybe I'll play it after.
Beat Saber, though, this is the game, and we mentioned like 15 episodes ago where I was playing and I was like, red, blue, red, blue, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. This is Beat Saber.
Yeah.
And now I own it. And I'm still terrible at it.
You're getting better.
But I own it, and I'm terrible at it.
And you're getting better. Like, I like how you cut a swath through those blocks when there's like 4 of them coming. You're like, whoa, you're like a panda samurai.
And I'm still terrible at it.
Yeah, I don't think you're that
I'm on
bad.
super easy mode.
Yeah. So anyway, that's cool. Notes on the PlayStation VR. The headset's not as comfy.
I don't like the headset.
Yeah, and I don't like having to put the earbuds in my ears. I like the Vive where it sort of sits over top.
Yeah.
I prefer that.
I don't like the earbuds.
Mm-hmm.
I like the sets better.
Yeah.
And the head pieces.
Yeah.
I guess I like blah 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 blah. I've been in VR mode all morning, so I don't like the earbuds.
Yeah.
They fall out of my ears. The other thing is we share this machine too, so it's kind of a little. I love you, babe, but it's still kind of gross.
Right. Wait till you play with a butt plug.
That's a different podcast. And the headsets are uncomfortable. Like, I know that you can
it's just not
move them to different sizes, but they're not comfortable. They're weird.
Yeah, it's not.
I prefer the HTC Vive ones at VRcade.
Sure. I also prefer their controllers. Like the hand controllers on the HTC Vive I find very intuitive and easy to use. These weird little dildos, or as Panda calls them, butt plugs. Not quite as easy.
Not quite as easy. However, it might just be because we use the Vive ones first.
Could very well be.
On the other hand, I love that we can use the PS4 controllers.
Yeah.
So there are games where we can just move around using the controllers. We don't have the jump movements. I mean, we haven't played any games yet that we don't have to use Arizona Sunshine, I think you can use on the PS4 VR as well, and maybe you still have to use a jump movement, like with the. I'm not sure.
Yeah, what was that? There was that game, the flying game, where over the pyramids, and I really liked how you moved in that because you just pointed one controller and pressed a trigger. Yeah, and it was like you'd go all over the place.
Yeah, sort of like a Ricky's Plank experience when you flew around. Yeah. With that, you could just fly around. But the fact that you can actually use your regular PS4 controllers to move around is great. Yeah. I love that because you don't have, it's fantastic. Yeah. And I thought when we first started doing VR at VRcade that movement was just going to be a huge problem, and it's not. Yeah. So I dig that. Super dig it.
Yeah, and so what was that game that you plugged into first thing this morning with those little creatures? It's freaking amazing. Oh my
gosh. Playroom VR.
Panda is in love.
It is the best thing I have played in my life.
Yeah, so as soon as she puts it on, because we can play it together, which is cool. It's a cooperative game. So I'm on the outside. And I'm controlling this little dude. This one game we did, I've got like this little vacuum cleaner, and I've got to go suck up blocks and throw them at things.
It's like a spaceship vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then Panda's inside this big mech with a little tiny toddler.
So he's explaining it terribly. So it's a co-op game where you can, I think, have up to 5 players. It's sort of like a Mario Party sort of thing where one person is in the virtual reality world. No, I guess you'd have 4 players, right? Because you'd have 4 controllers, right? So one person is in the VR helmet. Mm-hmm. The other 3 friends are looking at the TV normally. Yeah. So one person with the VR helmet is in the VR world having one job, and the 3 other friends have your split screen, I guess, and doing other jobs to do. Yeah. And we only played one game. It took us 38 minutes. Yeah. So we got a bronze statue. We had to save 20 other little robots from the little monsters. So it was kind of a 3-dimensional Mario world where we could get little coins and we had to save all these things. And there's little puzzles and you have to save all these little guys. And I squeed the entire time. And of course, I was in VR world. Dropbear was not. Yeah. He could see things sort of that I couldn't. He was out there sort of clearing the way, flying around, seeing things that I couldn't, gaining powers to get rid of certain bad guys that I couldn't. Yeah. And I was in charge of getting the robots back out of the little trapped areas that he couldn't get to. Yeah. And it was, there's like 20 other levels that we go do. So next time we play, he'll wear the VR helmet and I won't. And
You should see your face right now. It's hilarious.
My face hurts from smiling the whole time. Because
you said this is what VR is for.
Oh my gosh. And it wasn't this super realistic space game. It wasn't a horror game where I'm like, oh my God, this is what VR is for. Like to be in the scary world. I was like, so Michael, when he was looking at me, he was like, well, what are you? Are you the little tiny robot or are you the big, the big mech thing? And I had no idea what he was talking about when he said the mech thing, because I didn't know that I was a thing. Yeah. So all I saw was this little robot that I was making go around. Oh my God. On the other hand, after playing 40 minutes of that this morning, my head does hurt. Yeah. I do have a headache, so I can only play for small periods of time. So I let Michael take over and download a few free demos of playing to play games that he wanted to play. Yeah. So
ended up buying a couple too.
Before Michael keeps talking, I will say Playroom VR. I just
5 out of 5 pandas.
Oh my God, 5 out of 5 pandas all over the place.
Heard it here first. 5 out of 5 pandas.
Oh, okay, I'm done. Thank you.
So one of the games that I bought and I forget the name of the YouTube guy that did those reviews. We really quite like him. We'll put the.
I will look him up so I can say his name while you talk.
Anyway, so we were looking at VR games to play, and this one came out called Detached. So apparently the game lasts it's only about 3 hours of gameplay, but you're in a spaceship, and I'm not entirely sure what the whole point of this thing is. There's some mining to do and stuff like that, but it is trippy as fuck because you're inside of a spacesuit. The graphics are incredible. The basically how you maneuver in zero gravity is so, I can only assume that that's what it's like. And it is disorienting. It's vomit inducing. It is crazy to get, used to the controls. I figured I'd go right for full simulation mode right out of the gate. And that was a huge mistake. So I had to back up to arcade mode just to be able to not spin and vomit because it's brutal.
Shugghead Gaming, SHUGGHEAD. We'll put a link, but he's not obnoxious. He's to the point, and it's actually
he breaks it down by graphics, gameplay, sound, and it's a great way to sort of explore and learn about new games that are out there.
Good, 9 to 12 minute reviews. Yeah, fantastic. Anyways,
solid. Yeah. Anyway, so I think what I need to do with that game in particular. Is figure out there's a mod. There's something that happens when you sort of adjust your attitude inside the game, and it's kind of like it's going dark, like you're getting tunnel vision in the game, and I don't really like that. So I'm hoping there's a way to turn that off because I'm finding that very distracting.
And I thought when I was watching you play it that it was just the VR view that I wasn't able to see because I'm looking at it not in VR.
No, it comes in from the side and it's distracting. It takes me out of the game.
And I'm wondering whether it's just to lower your vomit level.
Maybe it could very well be,
and it's supposed to help you.
But for the way that my brain works, it's hindering, not helping. So I'm wondering if I need to go into simulation mode and see if that's what changes, or if there's a setting in there somewhere. But it's neat. It's interesting to try and. It reminded me of scuba diving because in scuba diving, you don't do anything quickly. That's the recipe for disaster and death in scuba diving is doing things fast.
See, and I would panic, right? And that's where a lot of people can't scuba dive is because if they panic, first thing they want to do is rip off a mask, which you also can't do in space.
Right.
Because you'll die.
So same thing here. I found as I was spinning and feeling like I was going to vomit, I had to really focus, calm down, slow shit down, take it, little. That's my little space pack air jets.
Beautiful though.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
You can't stop too. You like the floating in space. So I can't imagine it being on an expert level because one tiny nudge and you just spin and spin.
Yeah, but really, I mean, I'll give it with the thing that closes your vision, the tunnel vision. I give it a 3 out of 5 for gameplay for me. But I think as soon as I get through that, because there must be a way to get rid of that.
Yeah, because I'd like to think that it would have been mentioned somewhere,
yeah.
and I don't recall seeing it mentioned anywhere.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm interested to play it more and explore and get used to that world. One of the best things I love about VR is that as soon as you put it on, it's gotten so good that there's no difference between your virtual reality and your actual reality in terms of, what you're seeing and feeling. And it reminds me of Doctor Who when he goes into the TARDIS or he's explaining it to people and says it's bigger on the inside, because it makes no sense until you're in it.
Yeah. So you played, you also downloaded the demo to Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Jackal Assault.
Oh, man.
Just like the longest name of anything ever.
Yeah. Can you imagine that as a website?
No.
But graphics are outstanding, right? Cockpit graphics are great. You watched it from the outside. Gameplay, outstanding as well. Like in terms of, flying, because I'm a huge flying and fighter gamer guy. I loved it. I love the fact that my heads-up display, I could target with, looking at targets, paint the targets, and release my missiles, and it's great. I really enjoyed the demo of it. I think I'll probably buy it.
Yeah, because it's like 3 minutes or something like that. It's something like super small demo, and it's funny because when I think of Call of Duty, I just think of war.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I mean, we have Call of Duty World War II, but I think of
Space Force. I was Space Force.
Oh, no.
That's totally what that was. I was fucking Space Force.
Only smart Space Force.
Yeah.
Space Force is... Oh.
Yeah. Now, I've played Valkyrie on just without the VR. So I'm really interested in picking the VR version of Valkyrie up.
Yes. Because we have it on our PS4, though, and you haven't played it in like a super long time.
Yeah, because I've been waiting for VR.
Oh.
Because, I mean, it's great and fine, but I think that those sorts of games are just, you need to be immersed in it.
You know, the other thing I've noticed about VR is it doesn't seem to matter what the graphics look like, though, to screw with your head, because we also have 2 other games that make me nauseous. See, and this is why I couldn't do. Not only is it not my kind of thing, this Call of Duty or Detached, but we bought Ultra Wings and VR Cart.
Right, I love Ultra Wings so much.
Ultra Wings made me want to barf.
Yeah,
and even VR Cart to a degree because the turning was so quick.
Yeah,
and those graphics are balls.
Well,
really, because they're blocky and
Well, you were saying, because I played VR Kart first, and as you were sitting there watching, you're just like, it's like, it looks really terrible.
It's worse than Mario Kart. It looks slow. It looks boring. It's the same idea as Mario Kart, not as good.
Yeah,
I mean, it really isn't.
But from when you're inside the game, like for me, I was having a blast because you got your little mirrors. You can look around to the racers. I mean, you're in it. And the vomit level, I'd probably give it a
2 out of 10.
Yeah, maybe a 2 out of 10 because you're not going up or down. You're just going around. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. And then as soon as you got in, you were like, oh yeah, okay, this is fun.
Yeah, it's so I'm assuming it's people who get motion sickness in cars.
Yeah,
probably shouldn't play it because basically VR Kart is like Mario Kart. They're trying to make it Mario Kart.
Yeah.
It's not. Mario Kart is still better, and it's not VR.
They do have a VR Mario Kart, but it's in like arcades and shit.
Yeah, I will want to do that. But because the turning radius is so quick and it's so sharp, that's where you get the vomit factor. But you hit these little gems that make you go a little bit faster, and you hit these areas where you can get bombs or
power-ups or whatever.
You can send bees to other people's cars and helmets and that kind of stuff. And the tracks are small. They're not, but you're still in a little racing area. So it's still fun. Ultra Wings is a little flying game where you fly and you make money to get better airplanes, but it's blocky, sort of like Ricky's Plank experience.
But it's so good. It's like Minecraft, really.
Yeah, sort of like Minecraft. But again, it's VR, so you still get the feeling that you're high up. You still have to pull this lever down with a hand that's not attached to your body.
Yeah.
And I had to turn around quickly and dive to get to another bullseye. And I was like, whoa. So I have learned that I just can't do those things.
Yeah, well, that's good to know. So if we're ever in an airplane and everybody on the plane is like dead or incapacitated, you will not be landing that plane.
This is why. So I like going fast, like roller coasters.
Yeah.
I like going fast, but it's the drop.
Yeah.
If the drop is too far, I will want to barf and I will want to get off that roller coaster.
Yeah.
I can't. It's just something I cannot do.
Yeah.
But again, graphics don't matter to you because you're like, Ultra Wings is the freaking best thing
I really
ever.
enjoy it. It made me really feel like I was flying an ultralight.
Yeah, and again, the graphics.
I think I need to get my actual pilot's license. I feel that that's a next thing on my list. Because I love flying.
It's funny. We'll go to the to the airport and he'll be like, "Oh God, another guy who played like Ultra Wings or some VR game who thinks he's a pilot now."
It's like, I'll take control of this aircraft if you're,
Yeah.
if you have an aneurysm. I got this.
The other game that we've bought, we've already played.
Yeah,
but we haven't played in PlayStation VR yet, is Space Pirate Trainer.
I love that one because it reminds me of Galaga, but like you're in the arcade game Galaga. So I'm looking forward to playing that one.
I've come to the conclusion that it's the PlayStation VR still not as good as the Vive. Like we looked at the Cool Paint VR demo.
Yeah,
it's certainly not Tilt Brush.
No,
it is not even close to Tilt Brush.
No, I do think we need to get the Vive. Like, I think that's sort of the next evolution of this is to have two Vives that we can, quest with.
Yeah. One day.
Yeah.
If anybody has any great ideas that aren't horror games, Cesar. My friend Cesar, he was telling us to get
something 7.
It's
the only thing I blocked out everything else except for the number. Terror Bear 7.
No. It was Resident Evil 7.
Right. Terror Bear.
I was the one who didn't want to get that clown one. There's one out there that's you're in a mine shaft and even the commercial for it is terrifying. There's clowns that are trying to eat your face.
Well, so my friend Sean Allen, our friend Sean Allen last night was telling me about Resident Evil 7. He's just like, dude, you got to play it. I was like, I was being chased by this guy with a chainsaw and I go into this room and I close the door and I'm just waiting there and I got my gun out and I'm pointing at the door waiting to come in. He goes, and then from behind me, he cuts through the fucking wall and comes at me. And I'm just like, I never want to play this game ever. Like, this sounds absolutely terrifying.
Everyone has said that it is the best horror game in the world. And I'm like, but that's why I don't want to play it.
No, I would not be okay. I probably would be broken after.
You mean more broken?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
We're all a little broken, but that game will... I can't.
Yeah, completely.
There's no way.
Yeah, that would mess me up.
You told Cesar, you're like, dude, you're not selling it for me. Like, I do not want to play this. Right. But it's so amazing. That's why I don't want to play this. The first time you played a horror game, I think it was just I don't even think it was a horror. Like, you were in a haunted house and this little girl appeared next to you and you had to tear off like the helmet off your head.
I screamed like I was 3 years old. Yeah.
Wasn't there like an It horror experience?
Oh, probably.
And you didn't even do anything. You just appeared in various rooms.
Yeah, I don't...
Following this balloon.
No.
And it wasn't even a game. It was just an experience.
No, man.
And I would have peed myself.
Yeah. No, it's kind of like there's one where you can fight sharks, and I don't think you'd like that one.
What?
Yeah.
Who would do that?
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but it's for the Vive.
Oh,
It's on Steam. There's
No.
Shark
Nope.
Adventure or whatever.
so this is going out to Scott. I would not play Alien
Isolation.
Isolation in VR.
Oh.
I would not.
Oh.
I would make him do it, but I would not. There's no way.
Yeah,
There's no way.
Given how immersive the environment is, it really does change everything.
I couldn't. No. 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 No.
Yeah.
No. I like my Playroom VR.
Yeah.
I like battling little tiny boxes that are kind of firecrackers. And I feel guilty when my little robot fell off the edge of a mountain.
Yeah.
They look at you like little tiny seals.
Oh.
They're like seal pups. They're
Throw
like,
me some fish.
yeah,
Don't batter me.
I know. You're so cute.
So clever segue, because we're gonna have a more in-depth review of one of these games as we get back. Red Dead Redemption 2. We're in Mexico.
Oh,
Here, so I've got something to say. First of all,
things as well.
Scaredy Pants is dead.
I know.
Yeah, and I'm not. It was a hard, emotionally draining game, right? To get that far and then, have our character die with our horse and.
Well, your horse died first.
Yeah, that sucked, and through no fault of mine for once.
It pissed me off, actually.
Yeah. And again, we're 80% through the game.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, this is a game that never ends. And we're John. And John can't swim. We discovered.
First, I thought the water was just full of like fucking polio or whatever
cholera,
it is. Cholera, yeah.
Cholera. Yeah, but yeah. So, but we're in Mexico and we're exploring around doing some stuff. And I mean, it's still a beautiful game. Still love playing it. But
I'm not invested anymore.
Right. Yeah. And the only reason why I'm invested is I want to shoot Dutch in the face. I hope that there's a time when that can actually happen.
I don't know enough about Red Dead 1 to know. No, what I know more about the continuation of Red Dead 2 than you do, because I had to do
all this stuff.
Well, and I had to do some research to figure out some stuff,
right,
to do some things.
Yeah.
I know that you can because we have so many side quests we haven't done yet.
Right.
So the side quests continue on as John and possibly other things.
Oh shit! Does Scaredy Pants come back?
I can't. The ghost of your last horse.
The ghost of Scaredy Pants.
I know stuff that you still don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Once Arthur's gone, I really don't care. I'm having a really hard time. I don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
And his death was, and I know that depending on where if you had a black hat or a white hat, Arthur's death, obviously there are spoilers, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it'll change.
It would change, right? Yeah. But it was still anticlimactic. Like I was like, that's when I figured his death would have been at like 95%.
Yeah.
Sorry,
go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say, so the fact that there's still 20% left and it takes you 20,000 hours to get through 20%.
Yeah. Yeah. And, one of the things that bugs me is that John now has all of Arthur's guns.
Yay.
It would appear. Yeah, but it's weird, isn't it? Like, I don't know. I
think it's probably better than you getting all this stuff.
And his wife is not nice.
No, his wife's a jerk. But I guess it's better than having all this stuff and then losing everything. And then the people who have spent so much time getting all the stuff being like, so that's it?
Wow,
it's done?
Rage quit.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Rockstar, right? Yeah. So I know enough about Red Dead 1, which is this prequel to Red Dead 2, but Red Dead 2 is actually the prequel to Red Dead 1, to know... I know the plot of Red Dead 1, but I don't know enough to know if you get to kick enough ass before the end.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have to do it in Red Dead 1, which is actually not a...
Yeah, I get you. So Rockstar killed Scaredy Pants, my warhorse.
I know, he was such a nice warhorse.
That's what I'm taking away from this whole thing so far.
And we did great with Rachel. And then Rachel... It's like Patrice. Rachel got killed by accident by some Mexican drug lords in Mexico.
If only we had a wall. What? Panda.
Well then,
Trump was right.
that's going to be the next quote I'm going to put on our Instagram
No.
because
Maybe Trump was right.
I think you deserve that one.
Wow.
No, I'm not. I'm not that much of a
We-
jerk.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's that. That's where things are
Yeah.
at in the video game alternate universe of Dropbear and Panda's alternate universe.
Yeah. Beautiful game, though.
Yeah.
I'm just very annoyed with it at the moment.
Yeah. Agreed. And again, I just want to shoot Dutch in the face. That's all. Like,
And the other dude.
oh, Micah.
Yeah, but we don't... I'm not going to give most of it away, but...
Don't give any of it away because I don't know what's coming up.
No. But for anyone who...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but...
But John's wife, like, what's going on there?
She's just a bitch. I mean, I get it, but...
He's trying hard.
I know. It's like, you get, like...
I'm trying.
harassed by people trying to steal stuff. Of course you're going to go steal it back.
Right.
What else is he going to do, you
know.
stupid bint? Like, come on.
Yeah.
God. I don't like her at all.
No.
Like, just leave her, John. Just go off. And it's
What
so
about
funny.
his kid?
So, yeah. He finds his own way. That's all I'm going to say about that.
All right.
But it's funny. So once we became John, I was like, God damn it. Now we're tied down to this stupid
Just
woman.
leave her. Leave the bitch and
Yeah,
the kid.
stupid bitch and their kid. Ugh.
I can't
It's
do
better
anything.
being Arthur. At least he could go around and do whatever the fuck he wanted.
Yeah. But then she ends up leaving John anyways and going to the city or whatever.
Maybe she ends up being a syphilitic hooker in that town that's full of the black lung.
Man. Well, we did buy her a nice piece of property.
Yeah, there's like 3 boards,
Rock farming.
stapled together in a.
All we do is grow rocks and lizards.
And I don't know about the lizards.
Yeah,
He's just out there sweeping the dirt.
that's right.
I just don't care. I really just don't care. I just bring Arthur back.
Yeah. I liked Arthur.
Me too.
Yeah. Anyway.
I was impressed though how his illness progressed and how every time there was a close up, I was like, ugh, his eyes are
yeah.
even more pink than they were last time.
Right, or the jaundiced. Like he's just got yellow eyes and he was not doing well.
They did well though. They did really well with that, but I was mad.
Yeah. Anyway.
Speaking of being diseased and gross,
Yeah.
there was an article that came out. So anti-vaxxers have become a problem.
I just don't understand what here's okay, while you track down the article.
I have the article.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that I know some anti-vaxxers and they vaccinate their pets but not their kids.
Yeah.
And I cannot wrap my head around that at all.
I also know some anti-vaxxers. And I love them to death. That wasn't supposed to be a pun, but I think it's actually a pretty good one. You're welcome. I don't understand it. And I know that herd immunization was a thing like 30 years ago.
Sure.
When 99.9999 bazillion 99 were vaccinated.
Right.
And you lived in a community that was that
Right.
immunized. Right?
Chances are you could get away with it if you weren't vaccinated.
Exactly. If you were the only one person in a billion people that wasn't vaccinated, you weren't going to get sick because everybody else was. That's not the case anymore. There was also a study that came out in the last week that said, no, we were right. It doesn't cause autism, you silly people.
It causes.
You're all stupid.
Right.
This one particular thing that I'm talking about is it just came out recently that a gentleman who was told to stay home, he was quarantined for a week. 1 week.
Like 7 days.
7 days.
Take a break, dude. Stay at home.
Don't go anywhere. You have been subjected to someone with the measles.
Right.
And it didn't say whether he had the measles, they thought he had the measles, or he happened to be in contact with somebody with the measles.
Yeah.
Stay at home.
Yeah.
Some gentleman in Wisconsin and his wife are facing charges after authorities say he violated a measles quarantine with his wife's help so he could go to the gym. And he only had to stay home for a week.
So, now, I believe I also read part of that article. I read the article, but part of it said that they actually had police outside of his house to make sure that he didn't leave.
He
like, what the fuck is that about?
Snuck into the car in the garage and hid in the trunk.
Why is he being guarded though? Like, is that normal? Like, if you're quarantined, I don't understand. Like, that stood out to me as being really weird.
A family member had said that he had been exposed to the virus. The county health department was unable to confirm that he had been vaccinated.
Right.
Yeah,
it was weird, right? Like that to me, there's more to the story than we're being told, because that's weird. I mean, quarantine, sure, I get it. Why not quarantine in a hospital? I guess there's that.
There's also maybe there's no room in the hospital.
Maybe it's full of people with measles because they didn't vaccinate their fucking children.
Yeah. So
what are measles?
Okay, Google, what are measles?
Here's the definition of measles. An infectious viral disease causing fever and a red rash on the skin, typically occurring in childhood.
That doesn't sound so bad.
Okay, Google, what happens when you have measles?
On the website kidshealth.org, they say, it causes a total body skin rash and flu-like symptoms. Measles is rare in the United States thanks to widespread immunization, but millions of cases happen worldwide every year. Measles is caused by a virus, so there's no specific medical treatment for it.
Okay, Google, can measles kill you?
According to Wikipedia, 1 or 2 out of every 1,000 children who become infected with measles will die from respiratory and neurological complications.
Well, that's not too many. I might cut that out.
Okay, Google, is measles painful?
On the website mayoclinic.org, they say, measles typically begins with a mild to moderate fever, often accompanied by a persistent cough, runny nose, inflamed eyes, and sore throat. This relatively mild illness may last 2 or 3 days.
It doesn't sound that bad. What? No, like if you, I'm not poking the
Wow.
thing, but you know,
I still would not want it.
right? What's the difference between measles and chickenpox?
Let's Google that.
Okay, Google, what's the difference between measles and chickenpox?
Although measles and chickenpox have certain similarities, they are caused by 2 different viruses, paramyxovirus and varicella zoster virus, respectively. Both the viruses result in a rash that looks different.
Well, there you go. Now you know. I thought doesn't measles cause sterility in men, I thought?
Shingles.
Shingles.
It was shingles.
Oh.
March 8th, 2019. An unvaccinated Oregon boy almost died from tetanus, the first case of the bacterial infection in the state in 30 years. The 6-year-old's harrowing illness and painful 2-month treatment, which cost close to $6 million, were detailed by doctors in a case report published Friday by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. He became infected in 2017 after cutting his head while playing outdoors on the family's farm.
Whoa.
All seemed fine until 6 days later he started crying and experiencing involuntary muscle spasms and clenching his jaw. Soon he was arching his neck and suffering back and muscle contractions throughout his body.
Oh my God.
When he had troubles breathing, his parents called for emergency services and his child was airlifted to a pediatric medical center.
How do you pay a $6 million medical bill?
$1 million.
No, you said 6 in there.
Bam! Just like that.
6-year-old, $1 million.
Oh, okay.
That's why I live in Canada.
Fuck. That sounds terrible.
Yeah. So you get vaccinated for tetanus.
Yeah.
It does expire.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I think anytime I've had a penetrating wound, I've gotten a tetanus shot.
Yeah.
Typically.
So the hospital bill for the boys' care totaled $811,929, excluding the cost of air transportation, inpatient rehab, and follow-up costs.
Good Lord.
And it was entirely preventable.
Wow.
So, I don't know quite off the top of my head what the schedule is, but you get it a few times when you're in school.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that when I got bitten by a cat who shall remain nameless.
Dr. Evil. I didn't spend 6 years in evil medical school to be called Mr. Thank you very much.
I got a tetanus shot.
Yeah. Did you rabies? Because he's been vaccinated against rabies, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about that.
No. And I had
Yeah.
bacterial. I don't know. I took some drugs and
Yeah.
swabs and whatever. But yeah. Rusty nails,
Yeah.
tetanus shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't give tetanus to you,
Right.
if I have it.
Yeah.
Which is why some people are like, no, you can't give like certain things to other people, so unvaccinated people can't give other things to other unvaccinated people. That's not how tetanus works.
Yeah.
It's how other diseases
That's how
can
measles
work.
works.
But exactly, right?
Weird thing in the news, just a quick little aside. A person has been officially cleared of HIV, one of 2 people in the world in history so far.
I have heard this.
Yeah. So that's interesting. And it had some sort of, and again, I only heard this in passing, but it was, something along the lines of they're in chemo for cancer and something else happened. So it's like this weird sort of combo of really horrible things have resulted in the, basically the HIV not coming back.
Yeah.
And only 2 cases in the world in history.
So crazy, right? I want to say that I had seen something somewhere, and this is going to be just a Pandaism, where somebody said, "Oh, don't get, don't get your immunizations because Big Pharma," and then somebody else is like, "Big Pharma will actually make more money if you don't get immunized, you stupid idiot."
Exactly. They make their...
They're going to make more money if you're sick and dying because of all these other things.
Yeah.
So
We have so many convenient things to, throw at the wall. Big pharma, big government. Yeah. Talking about big pharma.
yes.
So as we've discussed in other episodes, I have a medical marijuana thing.
Marijuana.
Yes, for sleep and chronic pain. Anyway, I rarely ever use it, like if ever. But recently, I decided to go on to Green Society. I think it's greensociety.ca. Anyway, I'll find the link, or greensociety.com. And I bought some Cannabis Infused Gummi-Bears because I don't like smoking. I'm not a huge smoking fan.
Disclaimer, we don't have kids running around.
Yes, there's no... Yeah.
Gummy bears! Woo!
Woo! Anyway, so I bought 3 flavors. I got peach, blueberry, and apple.
First question.
Yeah.
Do they taste like peach, blueberry, and apple?
They do.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't tried the apple one yet, but I've had a blueberry and I've had a couple of peach.
Huh.
And so because I do my research, I didn't do my research. I thought it was just flavors, but each one...
Kids, do your research.
Each gummy bear is basically for a different type of thing. So I think I took a half a blue gummy bear because I'm a little stressed about eating a gummy bear. I've never been stressed about eating a gummy bear in my life until these things. All of a sudden.
This is why you do your fucking research.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know, like, how much gummy bear will get you stoned. I have no idea.
I'm obviously the brains behind this whole operation, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway, so, like, I had some gummy bear stress, right? Like, it took me probably about 2 weeks before I tried one, and I cut the gummy bear in half, so top to tail, right? So, and I don't know whether this matters.
You didn't do like head and bottom. You did like
so left
horizontal. You did vertical.
Vertical, yeah.
Huh,
And
interesting.
I don't know whether
that says something about you.
Yeah, and I ate the left side first of the gummy bear. I don't know why. There's no reason why. Anyway, so, and then I waited an hour. And I'm like, nothing's happening, and waited like another half hour.
I'm sorry, which one was this? The
blue one.
blue. Okay.
And it was at nighttime because figured I would just, relax and go to sleep, and because I tend to go to sleep really fast, but then I wake up at 2 and I'm awake for like the rest of the night thinking. Anyway, so nothing happened. So I ate the second one. Middle of the night, I couldn't stop thinking about the universe. So blue gummy bears, great for thinking about the universe.
Okay.
Right. So then I get a customer satisfaction survey from Green Society saying, hey, tell us about your shipment. And I'm like, I don't know. So I click on the link, and they've listed these gummy bears I ordered. And it's like the blue one is for, whatever, deep thoughts. Stuff like that. Jesus. And I'm like, oh, so
I should have opened the pamphlet that came with the gummy bears.
Should have done my research. Anyway.
What?
Yeah. So thank God I didn't have the green apple one, because that's like that gummy bear's for, energy and stuff. The peach gummy bear is what I was looking for. So
my hands are like scraping down my face right now, and
yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's
good thing you're cute.
And there is another flavor. I can't remember what it is, but I'm little. Anyway.
Okay, so the peach.
Yeah, the peach is really good for relaxation.
Okay, so did you
good
have
for insomnia?
You've had 2 peach?
Yeah. So I started off by trying half a bear.
Which half?
The left half again. I don't know why I start with the left half.
Why do you do vertical?
I don't know. Because their butts probably are bigger than their head. I don't know. Like, I want to make sure that it's perfectly even.
You're so weird. Okay. It seems like it'd be harder to cut, though.
Yeah, well, of course. But it's for science. It's medically responsible. So you have like a perfect... Yeah, so you know your dose. Got to know your dose, people. Because each bear is 10 milligrams. Or 10 milligrams. So I want to do like 5 milligrams. And if I like cut the, belly of the bear and ate the head and the arms, is that the same amount? Is that as the, butt and the legs? Don't know. Anyway. So yes, it's a little more challenging to go vertically, but I think,
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
And then, but because I don't like to take too many drugs, as you know, with ibuprofen.
Did you eat one like an hour ago?
No, I did not.
Are you sure?
So the night before last, I came back from a show, and I like ate an orange and had some apple juice or whatever. I made some sleepy time tea.
You had an orange, sleepy time tea, apple juice, and some gummy bears. Jesus. It was amazing.
I was like, so I went a little bit more than the last time. So I basically just cut off the left arm and the left leg. And I ate everything but the left arm and left leg.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so that was fine. And then last night I came back because I've got this run of shows this week. And I was, so I was pretty wound up from the show, and I had my sleepy time tea, had another orange, no apple juice this time, and just kind of relaxing. And I decided to take the whole gummy bear. Yeah. So I had my tea, finished my orange, watched a bit of a show. I think it was Gaffigan on Netflix. And anyway, so I go to sleep, and an hour and a half later, and I was sort of going into sleep, and then
The Matrix is a system, Neo.
my entire body relaxed. And it was perfect. So one peach gummy bear is the way to go.
That was way less climactic than I was hoping for.
Yeah, no, that's that. Yep. Anyway, that's my story of
I have a request.
Yeah.
I would like you to eat a blue gummy bear. I think
Yeah.
maybe half, and play Thumper on PSVR.
Okay.
You look terrified.
Yeah.
Actually,
maybe a green apple, half a green apple.
I don't know. You would know more than me. I don't eat.
Yeah.
I don't do marijuana, and I don't eat gummy bears, so
Right.
it's way out. The only reason why we haven't played Thumper yet, it is apparently one of the best games on this planet.
It is trippy.
But it
as
looks like
balls.
an acid trip,
Yeah.
an LSD trip on acid, basically. It
Those
looks
game designers, man.
terrifying and amazing, and I don't understand it at all.
Yeah.
We'll put a link for sure to the trailer for it.
Yeah. Well, and I wonder what the gameplay's like. Was there a free download?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's why I don't get it, but apparently it is incredible, and it's won a lot of shit. But
Oh man, now I want to get it.
like I said, it looks like an LSD trip on acid.
Yeah. Damn.
Like a sense of dread, but terrifying, and the biggest rush. And you're just this little
Beetle, I think.
beetle thing on a track, and I don't know
Yeah.
what you do, but that's what it is.
Huh.
But
Tripping balls.
yeah, so this is
Tripping balls on gummy bears.
what? So, yeah,
And what was it called again?
Thumper.
Thumper.
Yeah, we're gonna add a
Playing
Link
Thumper on gummy bears.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how are you going to save the world this week? I don't think we have time to discuss the fact that Ottawa, the city of Ottawa, just gave SNC Lavalin a contract to help build stuff in their city, despite
weird.
the fact
There's
that
not
they
enough
are
time.
under investigation for a lot of horrible shit, which it boggles my mind, but that's the only thing we have time to say, and I am
when
astounded.
you're a company worth billions of dollars, apparently it doesn't matter. You just do whatever you want.
They did lose their bid to settle out of court.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So that's good.
That's great. Yeah. Can I just stroke a check to make our crimes go away? How much justice can you afford exactly? Anyway, that's yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Oh, and it was International Women's Day yesterday.
Yay.
Jason Kenney, the day before that, he is vying to be Premier of Alberta. And the day before that, he did say that men have a better understanding of certain politics over
Tactical
women.
politics.
Yeah, so that was what a winner he is. Hate that guy. I hope he loses in a fiery ball of fail. Anyways, how are you going to save the world this week?
I will not vote for the UCP.
That's not this week, but
okay, never mind.
just
Okay.
in general. That's how we're going to save the world in general.
That's how we're going to save the world in
How are you
general.
going to save the world this week?
I'm going to encourage us to go through our Wounded Warrior package and start, doing some of the stuff, because we ended up getting this Wounded Warrior book for I think $20, and I want to go through it, and then I want to buy another book. I want to keep buying these things.
Yeah.
And doing stuff.
We can't use all the stuff in that book.
No, so we will give it away to people who can use it.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
My mother, she will probably be horrified that I'm mentioning this, but she is turning a certain age this
Certain
week.
age.
And we are having a nice little dinner for her tonight, which is actually Saturday. This is coming out on Sunday. But I have another Monday off, and I'm probably going to, if the weather works out, I plan on taking her out for a little day trip out to Banff.
Nice.
Maybe for lunch or something, or Canmore if it's terrible outside, or if the roads are too slick, because it's still winter in Canada. I'll take her out or something.
So
maybe
that's where you're going to save the world?
Yeah, maybe we'll go see the pandas, or just hang out at the Science Center, or... Anyways.
I like it.
It's Panda and Panda's Mom Day on Monday.
Fun.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do.
All right. Cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously play some more of that frickin' VR.
Yeah. So, as you know, but nobody else knows, we are now on RadioPublic.
Well, everybody knows now.
Right?
You know why?
Why?
Because you just told them.
Damn, yeah. So I'm going to save the world by putting in our links, the link to our RadioPublic address, so people can listen on RadioPublic. You can get RadioPublic on your iPad, your Android, all the things, and it's a great way to listen to podcasts. And we get paid if you listen.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I know, it's pretty cool. So that I'm going to save the world by getting us money, by bringing joy to the world, and then we'll do more stuff which will bring more joy to the world. And
which is saving the world.
Exactly.
And I'm going to ride on your coattails. That's how I save the world.
Like it.
Game on, man.
Game on. I've been Dropbear.
I've been Panda.
This has been Dropbear and Panda.
Save the world. Okay, Google. Thank you very much.
Just doing my job.
You get paid for this?
What? Damn it.
This podcast was recorded at the Dropbear and Panda Kensington studio.
Special thanks to Emre Cords for the kick-ass theme music.
Don't forget to subscribe.
It's Dropbear and Panda, yeah. Dropbear and Panda, yeah. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you, Panda. Coming at you like a locomotive on a motherfucking bender. Yeah, set my coat on, now my chap, follow me. Yeah, with Michael Doggies, yeah, you be checking on the flow, yeah. Checking flow, but you was quick, you can't pick my medical ranges, angles, tangles. You get tangled, twisted side effects, child should be. Can't compete with the owls that devour. Yeah, with the owls that devour, yeah. Yeah, it's a Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. It's like a locomotive filled with autonomous chopper. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. It's like a locomotive filled with autonomous chopper.
Dropbear and Panda.